Imagine a place where the earth breathes, a place so vast, so wild, and so untamed that it feels like a different planet entirely. This is the Amazon rainforest. It is not just a forest, it is a living, beating heart that pumps life into our entire world. Spanning 9 nations and covering millions of square kilometers, this green ocean holds secrets that have never been whispered to the modern world. Here, life explodes in every direction, from the darkest soil on the forest floor to the sun-drenched canopy touching the sky. It is a battlefield, a sanctuary, and a home to creatures so bizarre and beautiful that they defy imagination. But before we lose ourselves in this emerald paradise, I have a challenge for you. Which of these Amazon legends would you be most afraid to encounter? A. Jaguar. B. Green Anaconda. C. Black Caiman. D. Bullet Ant. Drop your answer below. Let's see who the real ruler of the rainforest is. Now prepare yourself. We are leaving the noise of the city behind to witness the raw power of nature. We are about to enter the greatest wilderness on Earth. To understand the forest, we must first understand its lifeblood, the Amazon River. It is the king of rivers, a colossal serpent of water winding its way across the continent. This is not just water flowing downstream. It is a moving force of nature that carries more volume than the next 7 largest rivers combined. During the rainy season, it swells and swallows the land, creating flooded forests where fish swim between the treetops. For the indigenous people and the wildlife here, the river is everything. It is a highway, a grocery store, and a source of life. But it demands respect. Beneath its murky, silt-filled surface, visibility is near zero, and giants lurk in the depths. Standing on its banks, you feel small. You realize that this river has been carving its path for millions of years, indifferent to the passage of human time. It is the artery of the planet, endlessly pumping fresh water into the Atlantic, sustaining a delicate balance that keeps our global climate stable. Your next dream destination is just a click away. Subscribe now and explore with us. In the shadows of the dense undergrowth, a phantom moves. Silence falls over the jungle. The Jaguar has arrived. Unlike the lions of the savannah who roar to announce their presence, the Jaguar is a master of stealth, a ghost in the green machine. It is the largest cat in the Americas and the apex predator of this realm. Its coat, painted with rosettes that mimic the shifting shadows of leaves, makes it nearly invisible until it is too late. But the Jaguar is unique among cats for another reason. It loves the water. It patrols the riverbanks not just to drink, but to hunt. With the strongest bite force of all big cats relative to its size, it can crush the shells of turtles and the skulls of caimans with a single snap. Watching a jaguar is a spiritual experience. It embodies the raw, untamed spirit of the Amazon. It is power, grace, and danger wrapped in golden fur, reminding us that here, humans are not the ones in charge. While the jaguar rules with power, other creatures survive through deception. High in the branches, hidden in plain sight, are the masters of disguise. Often mistaken for chameleons, the forest lizards of the Amazon possess an uncanny ability to vanish into their surroundings. In a world where danger lurks behind every leaf, being seen usually means being eaten. These small reptiles have evolved to become one with the texture of the bark and the color of the moss. Their world is one of patience. They can remain motionless for hours, their eyes scanning the chaotic greenery for the slightest movement of an insect. When they strike, it is with lightning speed, a sudden burst of energy that breaks their statue-like stillness. They remind us that in the Amazon, survival isn't always about being the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes, the greatest superpower is the ability to simply disappear. They are the silent observers of the canopy, witnessing the drama of the jungle without ever revealing their position. Deep in the swamps and slow-moving marshes, a legend resides: the green anaconda. It is the heaviest snake in the world, a creature of immense proportions that has haunted the nightmares of explorers for centuries. But strip away the fear, and you see a marvel of evolution. Designed perfectly for an aquatic life, its eyes and nostrils sit on top of its head, allowing it to stay almost completely submerged while stalking its prey. On land, its sheer bulk makes it slow, but in the water, it is weightless and terrifyingly graceful. The anaconda is an ambush predator, relying on stealth rather than speed. It wraps its massive muscular body around its prey, not to crush bones, but to squeeze the breath out of them. It is a primal force, a reminder of a time when giant reptiles ruled the earth. To see one in the wild is to look back into prehistory, witnessing a creature that has survived unchanged for millions of years because it is already perfect at what it does. If the anaconda is the silent killer of the swamps, the black caiman is its aggressive tyrant. As the largest predator in the Amazon basin, growing up to 5 or even 6 meters in length, it has no natural enemies once it reaches adulthood. With skin as dark as the night and eyes that glow red when caught in a beam of light, the black caiman is the stuff of river legends. Unlike its smaller cousins, the black caiman is not shy. It dominates the waterways, feeding on everything from piranhas to monkeys and even jaguars if given the chance. They are living fossils, their design virtually unchanged for millions of years. Their dark coloration helps them absorb heat from the sun and blend into the dark, tannic waters of the Amazon night. Hearing their deep booming calls echo across the water at dusk is a sound you will never forget, a primal roar that claims the river as their own. They are the guardians of the dark water, demanding respect from all who enter their domain. High in the emerald canopy, where sunlight filters through in soft golden beams, lives one of the Amazon's most unlikely survivors, the three-toed sloth. Moving at a pace so slow that green algae actually grow on its fur, the sloth seems almost out of place in a world defined by speed and violence. Yet this very slowness is its greatest strength. By blending into the mossy branches and remaining almost motionless, it becomes nearly invisible to predators like harpy eagles and jaguars. Its hooked claws curl perfectly around branches, allowing it to hang upside down for hours, even while it sleeps. Inside, its body runs on an extreme energy-saving mode. Its heart beats slowly. Digestion of a single leaf can take days, and every movement is carefully measured. To watch a sloth is to witness life in slow motion, a reminder that not every creature in the Amazon survives through power or agility. Some endure through patience and stillness, living quietly in the treetops, cradled by the forest's gentle sway. In the dim green light of the canopy, a sudden flash of color slices through the leaves. A toucan has arrived. With its oversized, brilliantly painted bill, this bird looks almost unreal, as if it were created by an artist rather than evolution. But that beak is more than just decoration. Lightweight, yet strong, it helps the toucan reach fruit on delicate outer branches that cannot support its body weight. The toucan's call echoes through the forest, a croaking, barking sound that carries far beyond the trees. These birds are the forest's farmers, swallowing fruit whole and spreading life across the jungle floor in the form of seeds. Their vibrant presence is vital to the health of the rainforest. At dawn, when mist still hugs the canopy, flocks of toucans gather, hopping from branch to branch, their beaks glowing like stained glass against the muted greens. They are living bursts of color in a world of shadows, symbols of the Amazon's playful and extravagant side. Deep along muddy riverbanks and hidden forest trails, a shy giant quietly roams, the tapir. With the body of a small pony and a flexible, trunk-like snout, it seems like a creature stitched together from several different animals. Yet this gentle mammal is one of the Amazon's most important gardeners. By feeding on leaves, fruits, and shoots, then traveling great distances before depositing seeds, the tapir helps replant the forest with every step it takes. Mostly active at night, it navigates the darkness with ease, slipping silently through water and undergrowth. When threatened, this peaceful herbivore can vanish into the river, swimming powerfully to escape danger. Despite its size, the tapir is vulnerable to predators, habitat loss, and hunting. Seeing one in the wild is like glimpsing a relic from another age, an ancient lineage that has survived ice ages and extinctions. In many ways, the tapir carries the future of the forest within its belly, one swallowed seed at a time. In the tangled lattice of vines and branches, where few larger animals can venture, tiny acrobats dash through the leaves, the marmosets. No bigger than a human hand, these miniature monkeys live life at high speed. Their bright eyes, expressive faces, and soft, tufted ears give them an almost toy-like appearance, but their lives are anything but easy. Marmosets move in tight-knit family groups, constantly chattering with high-pitched calls that sound like birds. They feed on insects, fruits, and crucially, the sap of trees, which they access by gnawing small holes in the bark with their sharp, specialized teeth. Social bonds are everything to them. Family members share food, groom each other, and help raise the young together. In a forest where giants like jaguars, anacondas, and eagles hunt relentlessly, cooperation is their shield. Watching a troop of marmosets is like watching a miniature society, full of drama, affection, and energy, compressed into the slender branches of the canopy. When the Amazon sky is painted with the first light of morning, loud, piercing calls rip through the stillness. Macaws are on the move. These large parrots, draped in brilliant blues, fiery reds, and glowing yellows, are among the most spectacular birds on Earth. Their colors mirror the vibrancy of the jungle itself. Macaws are famous for their hearts. They mate for life, forming powerful, lifelong bonds with their partners. Together, they fly long distances in search of fruits, nuts, and seeds, using their incredibly strong beaks to crack open even the hardest shells like Brazil nuts. Perhaps most amazingly, they often gather at riverbanks known as clay licks, where they eat mineral-rich soil to neutralize toxins from their diet. Their intelligence is striking. They remember feeding grounds, recognize individuals, and communicate with complex calls. To see a pair of macaws flying in perfect unison is to witness a love story written on the wind, a splash of rainbow against the endless green. Don't miss out on more stunning locations. Hit subscribe and keep the adventure going. Swinging effortlessly from branch to branch, as if gravity were just a suggestion, spider monkeys are the true acrobats of the Amazon. With long, slender limbs and an extraordinary prehensile tail that works exactly like a fifth hand, they can leap incredible distances across the treetops. Rarely coming down to the ground, they live their lives elevated in a world of leaves and sunlight. Their tails curl around branches with perfect precision, providing balance and grip as they move in loose, noisy groups in search of ripe fruit. Social and intelligent spider monkeys communicate with a mix of calls, barks, and body language, constantly coordinating with one another. However, their dependence on tall, unbroken forest makes them especially vulnerable to deforestation. When the trees fall, so does their world. Watching them glide through the canopy is like watching the forest itself in motion, fluid, connected, and full of hidden strength, a reminder of how deeply life here depends on towering, ancient trees. In a forest filled with giants, it is easy to overlook the fragile miracles happening at your feet. The glasswing butterfly is one such wonder. At first glance, it is almost invisible. Its delicate wings are transparent, edged only with fine lines of brown and white. This invisibility is its shield, allowing it to drift between flowers like a living ghost, hiding from predators in plain sight. One of its favorite partners in this dance of survival is the passion flower. These blooms, with their intricate, alien-like patterns of filaments and petals, are not just beautiful. They are sophisticated chemical factories. Some species produce toxins that protect them from hungry caterpillars, forcing the butterflies to specialize on only certain types. The relationship between glasswing butterflies and passion flowers is a delicate negotiation, written in color, scent, and chemistry. In a single glance, you see evolution at work. Plants and insects locked in a slow, beautiful arms race that has shaped the Amazon for millions of years. Basking on a sunlit branch overhanging a quiet river, a green iguana appears almost sculpted from the leaves themselves. Its scales shimmer in shades of emerald and lime, patterned perfectly to blend into the surrounding foliage. These large reptiles, which look like miniature dragons, are masters of both camouflage and escape. When threatened by a predator, they can launch themselves from high branches straight into the water below, sometimes falling over 40 feet, and swim swiftly to safety. Their long, muscular tails double as powerful whips, capable of delivering painful strikes if cornered. Yet, despite their fierce prehistoric appearance, green iguanas are mostly peaceful vegetarians, spending much of their time feeding on leaves, buds, and flowers. As they bask, absorbing the sun's warmth to fuel their metabolism, they look like guardians of the riverside trees, ancient and wise. Their calm presence contrasts sharply with the chaos of the jungle, a reminder that patience is a survival skill. If the forest canopy had a soundtrack, much of it would be provided by squirrel monkeys. These tiny, energetic primates move in large, bustling troops that can number in the dozens or even hundreds. Their constant chattering, squeaking, and rustling fill the air as they race through the branches in search of insects, fruits, and small bits of food. With expressive faces marked by bright white masks around their eyes, squirrel monkeys seem endlessly playful and curious. But beneath this playful energy lies a serious mission: survival through numbers. Living in big groups helps them spot predators like eagles and snakes quickly, with many eyes watching the sky and the branches. Their small size allows them to explore the finest, thinnest branches where heavier animals cannot go. Watching a troop on the move is like watching a living river of fur and tails flowing through the trees. They bring a sense of joy and chaos to the canopy, embodying the restless energy of the rainforest. On the quiet edges of rivers and flooded meadows, the world's largest rodent lives a surprisingly peaceful life. The capybara, with its barrel-shaped body, gentle eyes, and webbed feet, is perfectly adapted to a semi-aquatic existence. Often seen in groups, they graze calmly on grasses and aquatic plants, slipping into the water whenever danger approaches. In the cool embrace of the river, they become almost weightless, paddling easily with only their eyes, ears, and nostrils showing above the surface. Social to their core, capybaras rest, feed, and even nap together, forming tight family groups where grooming and close contact reinforce their bonds. Their calm nature makes them a favorite resting spot for birds like small herons or even curious monkeys who sit on their backs. In a forest full of sharp teeth and coiled muscles, the capybara offers a different image of survival, one built on community, gentleness, and an intimate relationship with the water that sustains them. Size in the Amazon can be deceiving. The most feared creature in the rainforest isn't the jaguar or the caiman. It is an insect barely an inch long, the bullet ant. Its name is a warning. Those unfortunate enough to be stung describe the pain as comparable to being shot, a burning, throbbing agony that can last for 24 hours without fading. Deep within the forest floor, these ants march with military precision. They are the jungle's tiny Spartans. For some indigenous tribes, enduring the sting of hundreds of these ants is a rite of passage, a brutal test of endurance to prove one is ready to become a warrior. But in their daily lives, they are simply defenders of their colony, patrolling the shrubs and trees with a fearlessness that commands respect from animals 1,000 times their size. They remind us that in this wild kingdom, power is not always measured in muscle, but in potency. High in the tangled vines, a flash of gold or a majestic white mustache catches the light. The Tamarins have arrived. These small, squirrel-sized monkeys are the eccentrics of the primate world. Whether it is the golden lion tamarin with its fiery mane, or the emperor tamarin with its sweeping white whiskers, they look like characters from a fantasy story. Despite their small stature, they are fierce protectors of their territory. Tamarins live in cooperative family groups where everyone pitches in. Often, the father carries the babies on his back, handing them to the mother only for nursing. They are constantly on the move, their claws, unique among monkeys, allowing them to cling to vertical trunks like squirrels. Their high-pitched whistles pierce the humid air as they hunt for insects and ripe fruit. In the vast green monotony of the jungle, tamarins are vibrant personalities, small sparks of life that add character and charm to the canopy's endless shadow. As the sun sets and the jungle plunges into darkness, a new cast of characters emerges. Perched silently on a high branch, the spectacled owl watches. With striking white markings around its yellow eyes that resemble a pair of glasses, this raptor has a look of intense wisdom. But make no mistake, it is a lethal hunter. While the rest of the forest sleeps, the spectacled owl listens. Its hearing is so acute, it can detect the rustle of a mouse on the forest floor, hundreds of feet below. It flies on wings designed for silence. Specialized feathers dampen the sound of air rushing over them, allowing the owl to strike before its prey even knows it is there. Its haunting, pulsating call is the soundtrack of the Amazon night. To encounter one is to stare into the face of the nocturnal wilderness, a creature that thrives in the shadows we fear. On the dark, decaying floor of the rainforest, where brown leaves cover the earth, jewels seem to scatter in the dim light. These are poison dart frogs. Painted in electric blues, shocking yellows and deep reds, their beauty is breathtaking, but it is also a warning. In nature, bright colors often scream danger, and these tiny amphibians are no exception. Their skin secretes a potent alkaloid toxin, derived from the ants and mites they eat. For centuries, indigenous hunters used these secretions to tip their blow darts, giving the frogs their name. Yet, despite their deadly defense, they are devoted parents. Some mothers carry their tadpoles on their backs, hiking high into the canopy to deposit them in small pools of water gathered in bromeliad plants. They are a paradox of nature, fragile yet lethal, beautiful yet dangerous, proving that even the smallest drop of life in the Amazon demands caution. Camouflage is an art form in the rainforest, and the eyelash viper is a master artist. Named for the unique modified scales above its eyes that look like eyelashes, this small pit viper comes in a dazzling array of colors, from bright yellow to mossy green. It doesn't hunt by chasing, it hunts by waiting. Often found curled motionless on a flower or a palm frond, it looks less like a snake and more like a ripe fruit or a vine. It can remain still for days, waiting for a hummingbird or a lizard to wander just inches too close. When the moment comes, the strike is a blur of motion, guided by heat-sensing pits that allow it to see thermal images of its prey. The eyelash viper is a reminder to watch where you reach in the jungle. Beauty here often hides a bite, and death can wear the colors of a flower. Adventure awaits. Subscribe now to explore the most incredible places on Earth. The rivers of the Amazon have their own rulers, and they are not always the ones you expect. Meet the giant otter, known locally as the river wolf. Growing up to 6 feet long, these are not the cute, playful otters of storybooks. They are apex predators, aggressive, loud, and incredibly social. Living in large family groups, they hunt with pack tactics that rival wolves on land. Their vocalizations are constant, screams, hums, and barks that keep the family connected in the murky water. They are fearless, often driving off caimans and even jaguars to protect their young. Watching a family of giant otters is a lesson in chaotic energy. They fish, groom, and play with an intensity that is exhausting to watch. They are the noisy lords of the river, proving that in the Amazon, family is the ultimate weapon against a hostile world. High above the canopy, riding the thermal currents, where the air is thin and cold, the king vulture patrols. It is the monarch of the scavengers. Unlike its drab cousins, the king vulture is strikingly beautiful, with a white body and a head awash in vivid shades of orange, red, and purple skin. But its job is grim. It is nature's cleanup crew. With a powerful beak designed to tear through the toughest hides, it opens up carcasses that other scavengers cannot penetrate. When the king arrives at a feast, smaller vultures step aside in deference. It plays a critical role in the ecosystem, preventing the spread of disease by disposing of the dead. In the cycle of the Amazon, life feeds on death, and the king vulture ensures that nothing goes to waste. It is a majestic undertaker, turning the end of life into the sustenance for its own. While the jaguar is the heavy-hitting king of the jungle, the cougar is its silent, agile phantom. Also known as the puma or mountain lion, this tawny cat is adaptable, ranging from the Andes Mountains down into the steaming Amazon basin. It lacks the spotted camouflage of the jaguar, wearing instead a coat of solid gold that glows in the dappled sunlight. The cougar is built for athleticism. It is lighter, faster, and capable of incredible leaps. While the jaguar dominates the riverbanks, the cougar often patrols the drier trails and ridges, hunting deer and monkeys with silent precision. It is a ghost cat, rarely seen but always felt. Its presence adds another layer of tension to the forest. It reminds us that the Amazon is not just one habitat, but a complex layer cake of territories where different predators claim different shadows. On the forest floor, a band of curious creatures moves like a low-lying cloud. These are coatis, relatives of the raccoon, instantly recognizable by their long, ringed tails held high in the air like flags. They are the forest's foragers, constantly sniffing, digging, and turning over rocks with their flexible, rubbery noses. Females and young live in large, noisy groups called bands, while adult males are often solitary. They are intelligent and opportunistic, eating everything from tarantulas and lizards to fruit and eggs. Their world is one of constant exploration. Seeing a band of coatis is a delight. They are bold and inquisitive, often unbothered by observers as they tumble and play. They represent the hustle of the rainforest, the constant busy work required to find enough food to survive in a place where competition is everywhere. Our journey ends at a place where the earth seems to break open. Hidden deep within the Guyana Shield, part of the greater Amazonian ecosystem, lies Kaieteur Falls. It is the world's largest single-drop waterfall by volume, a colossal curtain of water plunging 741 feet into the abyss below. It is nearly 5 times the height of Niagara Falls, yet it remains hidden, isolated by miles of untouched rainforest. Here, the Potaro River transforms from a calm flow into a thunderous roar. The sheer power of the water creates a perpetual mist, a cloud that rises back up to meet the forest, feeding unique microclimates on the cliff edges. Standing at the precipice, watching millions of gallons of water surrender to gravity every second, you feel the true scale of nature. It is raw, violent, and mesmerizingly beautiful. Kaieteur is the crown jewel of this wilderness, a final thundering testament to the power of water in a world defined by it. From the microscopic wars of the bullet ant to the thundering majesty of Kaieteur Falls, the Amazon is more than just a forest. It is a universe, a complex breathing web where every life is connected to another. The sloth depends on the tree, the jaguar depends on the river, and the river depends on the rain. But this world is fragile. The secrets we have uncovered today are just a fraction of what lies hidden in the green abyss. To lose this place would be to lose the lungs of our planet and the wildest dreams of nature itself. Thank you for journeying with us into the heart of the wild. If you felt the spirit of the Amazon today, please like this video and subscribe to Travel Earth. Join us next time as we continue to explore the corners of our beautiful planet. Until then, keep exploring.